Thank you, Amy. Look, fantastic to be here at the Noosa Mining Conference, even virtually. Would love to be there again in person, but we had a fantastic time last year, and good to present the Red River story 12 months down the track. And you know, it's been a fantastic 12 months in the business. We've been, you know, working our butts off to get some things right and to get the Hillgrove gold opportunity into play. And that cover there you can see is a picture of the Hillgrove gold mine, and we're preparing it for production as we speak. In terms of the business, market cap's around about $124 million. Last quarter we had $12.5 million in cash and no debt. We did carry some debt into the up until the end of September. We've managed to pay that off within 6 months. Board and management, no material changes other than Randy McMahon has taken over as General Manager of THALANGA and is doing a fantastic job. And Carl, who used to run THALANGA, is now running Hillgrove, getting that ready to start pouring gold by the year end. For those of you that don't know us, we're basically a bunch of operators. So that from the board down, we like to find more ore and mine more ore. Our projects and operations. So the main operation is THALANGA in Queensland, which is about 200 kilometres inland from Townsville. We produce copper, lead, and zinc concentrates with material gold and silver credits. THALANGA's been in production now for us for over 3 years, and I think it's fair to say that the Far West mine is now firing on all 8 cylinders, and I'll show you some production charts coming up next. We've had Hillgrove for about a year now, and Hillgrove's our real sort of weapon of choice from a gold perspective. Look, it's a fantastic gold mine that we're getting ready to start producing by the end of the year, and that's about 200 kilometres inland from Coffs Harbour, about 25 k's from Armidale. Again, a great location with great infrastructure. We also picked up some tenements near Herberton, which we call the HERBERTON project. Really interesting, this piece of ground, and I'll talk about it at the end of the presentation if I get time. But you know, this project has got the highest indium grades in Australia, but also it's got some really cracking silver grades, like you know, in the sort of 1,500 grams per tonne range, and nothing's been done up there for 30 years. So really happy to pick that up, and hopefully Steve Harper and the geology team can work their magic on that. So this is our production profile over the last sort of 5 quarters. You can see our copper production, the orange bars, really breaking records quarter on quarter, and really the last quarter was an absolute cracking quarter at THALANGA. And moving forward, we're looking to replicate that. Commodity prices, you know, for base metals and gold and silver are in a fantastic space, and our production and our mine is firing on all 8 cylinders at the right time. At this point in time, I'd really love to thank the Randy and the team at THALANGA, and also, you know, Mick Neal and Will Taylor for our partners from PYBAR. Look, the team out there have done a fantastic job in ramping up the mine and delivering the results that you see here, and more importantly, going into the future, looking for, you know, consistent high production now that we've got the mines set up and delivering. And in line with that, you can see our EBITDA margin is, you know, making really good cash out of the place, and the C1 cash cost is gone negative because of the byproduct credits and the amount of copper that we're producing. So really, THALANGA is in a great position, and the team up there have done a great job. So just a snapshot of THALANGA. We've mined and processed about 330,000 tonnes over the last 12 months. We produce those, you know, copper, lead, and zinc concentrates. Really good revenues, really good costs at the moment. And, you know, looking forward, it's that big mineral resource that we've got. We've got 6.7 million tonnes in resource there. looking to convert that into a reserve. I think, THALANGA is going to have a very, very good future, and we've demonstrated over the years that, as long as we keep drilling there, we're going to keep finding more ore and keep pulling it out of the ground and delivering it. I'll flick through this one really quickly. This is the Far West mine. This is what we're mining at the moment, and you can see we're well ahead on our development. The capital development is in place for the rest of the financial year, and now it's really about delivering the ore. So the guys have done a really good job in terms of productivity. A couple of faces from Far West. I don't think you're going to find much higher grades in Australia than these two faces. This is the 620 ore drive in Far West that we've just recently developed. 48% zinc equivalent and 33% zinc equivalent. It's just some fantastic grades coming out of development. And during the course of the year, when we start stoping these areas, it's going to be absolute metal coming out of the mill. So really looking forward to mining these areas in the future. But the Far West mine is really starting to shine and show what it can do for us. And looking forward, we've got LIONTOwn. So LIONTOwn's our biggest resource out at THALANGA. It's got over 4 million tonnes at over 12% equivalent. One of the important things I want to point out here is it's over 1 gram gold. So there's 150,000 ounces currently in resource, and we've got excess mill capacity at THALANGA. So we're really going through the permitting and development phase at LIONTOwn to get this up and running, so we can feed the THALANGA plant with both LIONTOwn and Far West. So, and just make no mistake, this ore body is still open. I would not be surprised if we, once another drill rig comes out here, we're going to see a lot more tonnes being identified at LIONTOwn. This is a large mineralising system, but at the moment we've got 4 million tonnes, and that's plenty to get us up and going here. But really exciting times for THALANGA and a really, really bright future there. So just to summarise our HILLGROVE operations, we've been producing, for over 3 years there consistently. We've got a really good sort of 4-year mine life ahead of us, plus the LIONTOwn coming on. We've had really good production out of Far West in the past couple of quarters, and record copper production quarter on quarter. And the guys are doing a good job, and I expect we're going to see similar performance going into the future. And then once we develop LIONTOwn and get that up and running, I think THALANGA is going to be just about bulletproof. The other thing that we've been doing in the last sort of 6 to 12 months is, THALANGA is surrounded by gold, and we've been focusing on the base metals. But in the last 6 months, we've identified a lot of gold targets, and hopefully in the coming months we can start talking about them, and more importantly, drilling them. So we should have a drill rig there very, very shortly to start knocking over some of these gold targets. And how good would it be if we can supplement the base metals with some really material gold out there? The next opportunity, which we've been working on for the last 12 months, is HILLGROVE. Look, HILLGROVE was discovered in 1857. Over 730,000 ounces of gold has come out of the ground here. There's been hundreds of millions of dollars worth of capital spent here. The plant has pretty much got every bit of metallurgical kit known to mankind, so there's not much that this plant can't do. We're currently, Carl and the team there are giving it a birthday, so we're just fixing pumps and cleaning out tanks and basically getting this ready for production by the end of the year. We're looking at a restart cost of around about $5 million in capital. It's pretty much everything is here to get this thing going quickly. Especially the gold price is still doing very, very well. We've got a staged approach in terms of the restart, but we've got a very large resource base there. So since we've bought it, we've been converting JORC 04 to JORC 12 resource. The current resource base is 5 million tonnes at 4.3 grams gold. There's nearly 700,000 ounces here of resource. We've also got another 400,000 ounces in JORC 04, which we're in the process of converting. So, very soon we're going to have over 1 million ounces of resource here. It's just been a fantastic acquisition for us. So stage one is really the Bakers Creek stockpile. We've identified 225,000 tonnes sitting on the surface at 2.5 grams per tonne. It's all free gold. Can't think of an easier, lower risk way to start up Hillgrove. So really for the first 12 months, we'll be putting through a stockpile. It's just, yeah, really looking forward to getting that gold out. Really the refurb is pretty minor stuff. Probably the biggest one is installing the leach reactor and the gravity circuit, but everything else is there. All the infrastructure's there. We've got a good workforce there now, and again, they're all working their butts off to get the plant up and running. So yeah, looking forward to an early Christmas present there. So stage two, after the Bakers Creek dump, is to go underground at the Mets. So we've got 3 ore bodies there, Syndicate, Black Lode and Sunlight. There's over 400,000 ounces of gold already in resource there. So really the first cab off the rank is going to be Syndicate. The decline's fully developed there. All the ore drives are fully developed. So it's basically go in there and start stoping and developing Black Lodes and Sunlight while we're doing that. Again, I can see us mining here for a very, very long time. We've got a large resource base there already without actually having done any drilling here. And once we unleash the drill rig on the Mets, I can see us growing these ore bodies materially. Again, this is very low capex stuff. It's produced gold before, and there's no reason why this thing can't do it again. The other thing we're doing is drilling this Eleonora. The importance of Eleonora is that it's literally 200 metres from the plant. It was historically mined, and some very large pillars were left behind, and we're drilling those pillars. So that Eleonora pit that you see in the middle of that long section, basically the plant is sitting right on the edge of that here, and all these pillars were left behind, and we've been drilling that and getting some fantastic results. Also, there's a Jorko 4 resource on Eleonora Garibaldi that's about 400,000 ounces. So this drilling will help to support some of the QA and QC to convert those resources to JORC 12. The good thing about Eleonora Garibaldi is that this can be an independent mining centre that could supplement the plant and again help us grow Hillgrove. You know, at this stage, the plant's got a nameplate of 250,000 tonnes per annum. We're going to be installing some extra kit to help it get it well and truly above that. But Eleonora may force our hand and force us to make it even bigger. So lots of opportunity for upside here at Hillgrove. We've been drilling the Curry's Lode. It's a greenfields target about 4 kilometres from the plant site. Again, some fantastic rock chips on the surface. We're still waiting on the assays. The labs are taking a lot longer than what we hoped, but you know, once all those assays are out, we get them. We'll get the announcement out and inform the market. But look, there's over 200 targets to drill at Hillgrove. Historically, there's probably not more than about 150 holes in this district. For a district that's produced 730,000 ounces, it's well and truly under-drilled. So we're looking forward to exploiting that over the coming years. So just to sum up Hillgrove, look, it's a great project. It's ready to go. We'll have it up and running before Christmas and delivering gold. There's a lot of money being sunk in the ground. We are not going to do that. We'll keep these very lean and just very focused on the gold. We've got, you know, over nearly 700,000 ounces in resource at the moment, and looking to get that well and truly over 1 million ounces. Yeah, really exciting times there, and I can see this. You know, once we get up and running, we'll be running here for many, many years to come. Look, very quickly, the other one I want to talk to you about is the HERBERTON project. We picked this ground up very unassumingly. It was dropped, and really nothing's been done out here for 30 years. But it's really a sort of smorgasbord of base metals and precious metals out here. It's, you know, probably being missed. You can see there's some cracking silver grades of, you know, 1,300 and 1,500, you know, grams per tonne. Also some wonderful sort of zinc and lead grade, but the indium and
Please cross to your spot.
Indium, it's used in solar panels. Sorry. So looking forward to drilling this target after the wet season. Obviously, we don't want to put any infrastructure in there for drilling and get it washed away. So we'll have to be a bit patient, but yeah, really looking forward to drilling that. But Red River, look, we've got lots of organic growth opportunities. You know, the business has been through a bit in the last 12 months, and all our growth options have been better than ever. You know, we've got THALANGA firing on all 8 cylinders, HILLGROVE ready to go.
Please wrap it up.
And lots of growth options. And really, I want to thank all our supporters, all our people that work for Red River, and all our shareholders who've stuck by us. It's going to be a fun journey over the next 12 months.